Before the leaves turn gold and the days get colder and darker again, I decided to sew myself one last summer outfit, a colorful bodice with a white pleated skirt. Since I've been working on more upcycling projects recently, this one is not going to be different. About a year ago, I bought this pajama because of its lovely floral print. Unfortunately, despite it being the right size and it looking very comfortable, the opposite was quite the case. It didn't fit me well at all. However, with the intention in mind to upcycle it one day, I got the pajama anyways. And now here I am, tearing it apart. Something I like about upcycling is that not only is it good for the environment, it almost makes me feel like I'm working on a little science project. By dissecting a piece of clothing, you begin to comprehend which dressmaking techniques were used to construct it. For instance, once I separated the ribbon from a pyjama, I discovered that there was a thread put inside of it to give it more structure, I suppose. And I wouldn't have thought of doing this myself, so there's definitely an educational aspect to it as well, you could say. As always, I started with tracing each pattern piece of the front side onto the fabric. Even though it is much more time-saving to do this on fold, I cut out the left and the right side of every pattern piece separately from each other. By doing so, I had more control over what part of the print is going to be visible later on the bodice. And after cutting the pattern pieces out, I started to assemble everything. I still had these beautiful with white cotton fabric covered buttons, which originally belonged to some old bed sheets. I thought that they would accomplish the 50s inspired design of a bodice very well, and I placed them right on the pointy ends of the straps. By the way, I got the bed sheets from a house clearance, so that is another way to find fabrics for upcycling projects. The straps of a bodice get wider from the neckline up to the highest shoulder point. You can do this if you like to create the illusion of having broader shoulders and a smaller waist. I also decided to add the decorative pink ribbon to the neckline and the straps because I noticed how much balance it brings to the colorful and rich in contrast print. If you find yourself struggling to come up with good design ideas, going thrift shopping for high quality fabrics or interestingly patterned clothing can give you the spark you needed to ignite the creative fire inside of you. For that reason, I have been working on upcycling projects more often lately. Because as much as I love to get inspired on Pinterest, being presented with all the perfectly executed designs overwhelms me sometimes. Whereas clothing that may look a bit wacky or don't fit you very well, but still have a potential to be turned into something pretty and special, inspire me to improve them and to put my own spin on them. You just need to consider that upcycling doesn't always come with endless creative freedom. I would have liked to make a dress out of a pyjama instead of a bodice, but due to an insufficient fabric supply, I didn't have another option. Nonetheless, it's a fun challenge and definitely worth a try. since I'm making my own clothes, I realized that interestingly but not surprisingly, I don't feel such a strong desire anymore to constantly buy myself more clothes. Not too long ago, I used to get carried away on various shopping apps, ending up with a wardrobe that looked nice but didn't fit me that well. I didn't mind too much back then, but now, since knowing what is possible with enough practice and experience, I expect my clothes to fit me better than just okay. Also, understanding how much time and effort go into creating your own dresses from start to finish makes me appreciate well-made clothing even more. This is why I believe that learning how to make your own clothes is definitely worth your time. It is an exceptionally rewarding feeling to be able to bring something from your imagination into reality and calling it your own creation. In the beginning, you might experience moments of discouragement because it can take many tries to finally get it right. But trust me when I'm telling you that after some time, you will be doing it without even thinking about it.
Hey, just been one of these weird things I've been dreaming about doing this summer. I don't even know why. I don't know, it's just something about being in the middle of nowhere on a field with something nice to drink and your dog and being dressed up. Na, was ist? My dog doesn't really know why we're here. He's just like, okay, I think now we can actually go back home.